Okay, we're starting out in a child's pose so we can get the quads to open up a little bit, glutes, low back, calm down. And we'll breathe here for a little while. I like how in child's pose, when you start breathing deeply, you can really feel the back of the body inflate with the inhales. So as you start to find your deep breath here, notice the back body. Notice how all the ribs spread apart to create an even bigger rib cage to let as much air in as you can. And notice how the ribs draw back toward each other on the exhale to compress the air out more effectively and completely. And let's take some time just to breathe here, just finding our biggest, most complete breath. Feel the belly expand toward the thighs as you inhale. So make a kind of a puffed open, I like to call it a Buddha belly on the inhale, where you let your belly just puff open. And on the exhale, use the strong muscles that wrap around your belly to pull the belly button into your spine. Helping to press the air out, cleaning your lungs out. Notice the effect that this breathing has on your body, and hopefully you feel yourself softening a little more easily toward the floor with each breath that passes. Notice the hip creases, okay? What are you feeling in there? If you feel any resistance and maybe some opening feeling, see if you could intentionally soften there. How would that feel to intentionally soften in the hips? Notice any feeling of gripping in the low back, and imagine breathing into and out of there as well, and also intentionally softening that low back. Start to reach out with your hands here, gripping the mat, starting to wake up your armpits. Okay, I like to grip with my fingertips, kind of pushing down into the mat. I call it a tiger claw. So cultivate a tiger claw here. Okay, it kind of feels good in your hands. And then almost push with your fingertips so that your hips get super heavy. And you could think of kind of rolling your armpits away from each other and away from your ears. It feels good across the chest. Take a few more breaths here, letting your upper body and your heart spread open a little. And then bring your palms down to the mat. Keep your tiger claw grip, however, because we're going to pull ourselves up. So take a big breath in and pull yourself up to a cow pose. So in a cow pose, you're pulling your heart forward, you're lifting your belly button, and you're arching your upper back a whole lot. And with your exhale, bring it back to a child's pose. Come on down. Let's take a few more breaths like that. Inhale, pull yourself up to cow pose, arched spine. Exhale, down to child's pose and your rounded spine. So keep it going. Feel a nice wave of movement in your spine. Cultivating some mobility. Always keeping the shoulders away from the ears if you can, please. So that you have that long neck, okay? Not squinching your shoulders. Next time you come up, let's pause there. Let's enjoy. Okay, this heart pulling forward kind of cow stretch. So keep the belly button lifting into your spine. Keep that heart pulling forward. Think of pointing your elbows back at your knees. And breathe here. Let your arms get a little bit warm. So arms are definitely working a little bit. Keep pulling on the mat. You might even see your mat kind of buckle under your fingertips. One more big breath in here, pulling your heart forward. And then let it go. Okay, soften up into a tabletop. And then take a big breath in. Reach up with your right hand. Big open chest here. Okay, turning this into a twist, really twisty twist. With your exhale, dive the right arm under your left. So you'll need to bend your left elbow a whole lot. See if you can tap your right shoulder to the floor next to your left hand. And we're coming back up. So here we go. Inhaling, push the floor down again. So peel open your chest. Maybe look up at your right hand up there. Then exhale, close it up. Dive under that left arm and tap your right shoulder to the floor. One more time. Inhaling, come on up. Big chest. And exhaling, come on down. And we'll hang out here for a little while. Okay, enjoying this inverted twist. So you can stay here with your left fingers on the floor and your right arm reaching to the right arm reaching to the left. Just kind of gently pressing the floor maybe to deepen this twist if that's appropriate. If you want a little more, think of pressing your right arm into the floor. So you're using your right arm to propel yourself a little more into the twist, maybe reaching up with the left. Okay, breathe into all the back body. You feel it all spreading open here. Maybe, if you're feeling great, the left arm can drop across your back and you can try to find your right thigh and grab it. A few more breaths here. Nice twist. Remember to point your tailbone away from the top of your head. And as you're ready, we're coming out. Left hand back to the floor, right hand back to the floor, and we're switching sides. So inhaling here, left hand up, big twist. Exhaling here, dive under the right arm, bend that right elbow. See if you want to tap the left shoulder by the right hand. Let's do that 2 more times. Come up on your inhale, big, big, big. Exhale, dive in under. One more, please. Come on up. And bring it down. Let's pause here. Just enjoying this little twist. right? So maybe stay here. You can use your right fingers to push the floor. You can also use your whole left arm to gently resist the floor if you want to deepen this twist a little bit. Maybe the right arm reaches up. Maybe that right arm just drops across your back. You can grab your left thigh. Nice breath here. As you're ready, friends, unwind yourself. Back up to your hands, okay? And tuck your toes here. Down dog, come on up and back. Let's walk out this down dog, please. Okay. Let's take a little time to notice the backs of the legs. Notice how the hamstrings are feeling, how your calves are feeling. Put some extra warmth in your shoulders here by rolling them around really nicely. Both ways, please. And let's get a little bit warmer. So here we go. Feel free to take breaks, friends. Feel free to modify. And feel free to just take my suggestions that make sense for you and let the other ones go, okay? Here goes. Inhaling here, swing your right leg up and out behind you. Exhaling here, drop that right foot between your hands. Boom. Inhaling, come up to a crescent lunge. Okay, try to draw your legs toward each other for stability as you lift your heart. Exhaling here, drop your hands around that front foot. Back foot steps forward, and we're folding. Inhaling, roll yourself up. Come up with your right knee here, so you're standing on one leg. And exhaling, send the right foot back. We are magically in a lunge again. Inhale, crescent lunge on the other side. Exhale, all hands down. Both feet back to down dog. Other side, inhaling, left leg up and out behind. Exhale, left foot down between your hands. Boom. Strong legs before you come up to a crescent lunge. Inhale. Exhale, hands down in front. Back foot steps forward and fold. Inhale, roll it up. Left knee comes up. You're standing on one leg. Exhale, left foot back to a lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge, other side. Strong legs. Exhale, all hands down. Down dog. Couple breaths here, and we'll do it again. We'll just add a step, okay? We'll add a step to that same little flow. Okay, shake it all off. And let's do it again. Inhaling, right leg up and out behind. Exhaling, right knee to right elbow. See if you can hover there. Inhale, send it back. Exhale, right foot drops between your hands. Boom. Inhale, crescent lunge, lift it up. Exhale, all hands down in front. Step forward with the back foot and fold. Inhale, roll it up. Right knee lifts. Exhale, step it back to crescent lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, all hands down. Down dog. Second side, inhaling, left leg up and out behind. Exhaling, left knee to left elbow. Pause, hover, just as close as you can go. Inhale, send it back. Exhale, left foot between your hands. Boom, crescent lunge. Inhale, come on up. Exhale, all hands down, back foot steps forward and fold. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, step it back to a lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge, lift your heart, strong legs. Exhale, all hands down, down dog. Take a couple breaths here. We're adding another step in a little bit, okay? Walk it out. Inhaling here, right leg up and out behind. Exhaling here, right knee to right elbow, just like before. Inhaling, right leg up and out behind. Exhaling, right foot drops between your hands, just like before. Inhaling, come on up, crescent lunge. Exhaling, drop your heart low, reach back. Inhaling, lift your heart again, crescent lunge. Exhaling, all hands down, back foot steps forward and fold. Roll it up, inhale, right knee up. Exhale, just like before, step back to your lunge. Inhaling, peel your heart, crescent lunge. Exhaling, hands down, down dog. Other side, inhale, left leg up and out behind. Exhale, left knee to left elbow, just like before. Inhale, send it back. Exhale, left foot down between your hands. Boom, inhale, crescent lunge. Okay, exhale, drop your heart, reach back. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, all hands down, step forward and fold. Inhale, roll it up, left knee lifts. Exhale, step it back. Inhale, crescent lunge. And exhale, all hands down, down dog. Take a few breaths here to walk it out. Notice any warmth that has built in your joints. Okay, hopefully you notice at least a little bit of warmth. Okay, here goes, friends. Inhale, right leg up and out behind. Exhale, move that right knee across your left elbow. Hold here and breathe. Hold and breathe, okay? Building a little bit more warmth. Slide the right knee down to the left wrist. Hold and breathe. You can always drop the left knee if this is too much, by the way. Always modify. Okay, switch the right knee to the right wrist. Hold, take a breath. Slide the right knee up toward the right armpit. Hold and take a breath. Slide the right knee over toward the left armpit. Hold and take a breath. And then as you're ready, inhale, right leg up and out behind. Exhale, drop the foot between your hands. Boom, we're dropping the left heel. Left heel is down. Inhaling, come on up to a warrior one. Go ahead and interlace your fingers, warriors, and point your fancy pointer fingers back behind you. And let's hold here and breathe. Okay, so strong in the legs. Let's start to really intentionally stabilize our big, strong legs by rolling the right hip back and pulling the left hip forward. Okay, we have a nice press into the outer edge of the left foot. And we have a nice pull back in the right heel. And of course, the right and left leg are both attempting to draw inward toward the midline. We have that strength toward the middle. Pull the belly button in a little more once you feel quite stable, and maybe lift your heart a little bit more. All right, warriors. Strong standing posture to warm us up. One more big breath in right here. And with your exhale, drop your hands under your shoulders, walk them over to the left side of the mat, and find a forward fold. I'll spin around to meet you. So in your forward fold, all your toes, all your fingers are pointed out to the left. Okay? And give your spine a little bit of space to be long. So you want to cultivate a long tabletop spine. So you're going to have to move your hands a bit away from your feet to give your spine that length. And let's start to rock the knees side to side, just kind of bending into one knee at a time. Okay, I'll share with you that if you rock a little bit of the weight out of your arches here and lift your toes, focusing more on putting the weight in the outer edges of your feet, feels really nice in your ankles, and it's a great release. Okay. And then from here, coming back to center, bend both your knees slightly. Grab one thigh with each hand and come on up to standing. And then pop your heels in so your toes are out. And we're coming down to a horse posture, friends. So horse, sink nice and low in your hips. And I want to hold us here for a little while. So think of opening your arms wide, pull them out, open your knees wide. Think of yourself as a book that you're trying to open up. So sink down nice and low here. And then come up all the way. Big breath in. Big exhale, sink back down into your horse posture. Open up, open up. Again, inhale all the way up. Then exhale all the way down. Let's do it one more time. Big breath in, back it out. And exhale back into your horse. Now hold here with me. Let's cultivate some heat. Okay, remember your long giraffe neck, extremely giraffe-like. Open your arms a little wider to open up your chest. Could you open your knees a little bit wider? Get some space between the legs there. Use that outer hip to spread the knees wider. Notice all the warmth building in the legs. One more big breath here. And we're letting it go. You can back up out of this. Pop your toes to point back over to the left. And if you just grab onto your hips, you can hinge yourself all the way back down. Palms are under your shoulders, and walk your hands back over by your right foot, and I'll meet you in a down dog. All right, walk it out, take a moment. Let's take a little vinyasa in between. Feel free to skip the vinyasa always, okay? Inhaling here, find your plank. Exhaling, walk to your hands and fold. Roll it up on the inhale. Sit down into your chair pose on the exhale, maybe looking up. Inhale to stand, lift your heart. And exhale to fold. On your inhale, just come halfway up. Maybe bend your knees, looking forward. And exhale, really big fold here. Think of bending your knees and just hugging them. Palms are down. Inhale to plank. Exhale and lower yourself down. Inhale, grip the mat and pull your heart forward between your arms. Cold breath. Then exhale, I'll meet you in down dog. Okay, walk it out here. Take 5 or 6 breaths. Just noticing how you're feeling. Notice the backs of the legs, your heart rate, your breath, body heat. Okay, second side. Inhaling here, left leg up and out behind. Exhaling, left knee goes across to the right elbow. So let's hang out here. Remember, you can drop the right knee if what we're about to do is too much. Slide the left knee down to the right wrist. Hold and breathe. Put a soft little springy bend in your elbows, okay? Okay, cross over to the left wrist. Hold and breathe. Push that floor. Okay, can you bring it up to the left armpit? Hold and breathe. Let that warmth build. Over to the right armpit. Stay with me here. And finally, inhale. Send the left leg up and out behind. Exhale, drop the left foot between your hands. Dropping the right heel now. Let's come up to a warrior one. All the way up. Big breath in. Interlace your fingers. And maybe point your pointer fingers back behind you. And let's hang out here for a moment. Just refine this lovely posture. So sometimes it helps to walk your feet away toward the opposite sides of the mat. Left to the left, right to the right. Giving yourself a wider stance. So check out that if you need a little bit more space for your hips. But we're pressing into the right outer edge of that right foot and dragging back in the left heel. And both legs are strong, moving into center as well. Pull that belly button in and lift that heart. Warrior one. Okay, fierce or gentle warrior. You decide what kind of warrior you'd like to be. One more big breath in here, warriors. And we're letting it go. Exhale, drop your hands down in front here. Walk your hands out to the right. And find another wide leg forward fold. And I'll spin around to face you again. Okay, so again, all your hands and toes or fingers and toes are all pointed in the same direction. And let's bend slightly into each side again. Okay, rocking onto the outer edge of the foot will give us that nice ankle opening. That should feel pretty good. And then pause back at center, bend into both knees again. And one hand on each thigh can press you up again. Again, pop your heels in, toes out. Don't worry, we're not going to do any more horse. But we are going to come down with bent knees. But this time we'll be supporting ourselves, hands on the thighs. So take a moment to get your hands on your thighs, and then I want you to kind of move your hand more toward the inside edge of your thigh. Okay, not necessarily just the top, because I want you to be able to press your knees slightly away from each other. Not in a painful way, but until you feel a really enjoyable stretch between your knee and your hips, okay? So find that. Press those knees away from each other and sink down here. As you press your knees away from each other, notice you're also pressing your shoulders away from your hips. So make your long giraffe neck here and cultivate your long spine, because you're going to twist. So we do need a long spine. So push into your legs. Okay, use your strong arms. They're super active here. Okay, take a long spine inhale, lengthen that neck. As you exhale, push into your legs and look over your right shoulder. Twist. Inhale back to center. Push, push, push those legs. And exhale, look over your left shoulder. Let's take a few more like this. Inhaling through center, long spine. Exhaling to the side, long spine. Keep it going. Maybe close your eyes. So much going on here. The hips are dropping low. We're getting that nice inner thigh opening. The upper body is extremely strong and active here. And of course, we're getting that great twist massage all along the spine. Enjoy. It should feel really nice in your back. Maybe one more time on each side. Okay, next time you bring it back into center, we're going to let it go. So come back up, pop those toes to point all out to the side again, and then you can grab your hips and hinge yourself all the way down. Palms under shoulders. And let's walk our hands back over to the left foot. I'll meet you in a down dog. Walk it out, my friends. Notice how you feel. Here comes a quick vinyasa. Let's go. Inhaling, heart forward to plank. Exhaling, step to your hands and forward. Roll it up, inhale. Sit into your chair, exhale. Inhale to stand, lift your heart. Exhale to fold. Roll your heart halfway up, inhale. And find a big fold, exhale. Palms are down, inhale to plank. Slowly lower yourself down as you exhale. Inhale to pull your heart forward. Exhale, down dog. 5 or 6 breaths here, my friends. Walk it out. Notice how you feel. Grip the mat with your strong hands, push back with your feet, and lift those kneecaps. Lengthen your waist on all sides. And if you feel like, I think I could have a little bit more length in my spine, walk your hands 1 inch forward and find that much more spine length. Okay, from here, I'd like to ground a little bit extra into the right hand and get the left hand moving toward the right leg. So you can grab the outside of the right knee for now and just kind of feel that out. Feel free to change shorten your stance if you need to. Bring the right hand closer. Okay, so maybe you can walk that left hand down to the right ankle. And I want you to really press your hips back here. Really press them back. Really press into the right hand. And maybe look at the ceiling under your right armpit. Hold and breathe right here. Feel free to bend your knees or even drop them if you need to. Let the head hang to the best of your ability. One more breath here. Nice twist. And let's bring the left hand calmly back to the floor. Push a whole lot extra into the left hand and send the right hand for the outside of the left knee. Maybe slide it down to the ankle. And maybe as you send your hips back, you look under your left armpit. Push that floor. One more breath. Feels nice in your shoulders and your spine. And let's bring it all back to center. Whew. All right, inhaling here, right leg up and out behind. Exhaling here, drop the right foot between your hands. Boom. Inhaling, left leg up to the ceiling. Okay, left leg is now up. We're standing split here. So I want to encourage you to bend your right knee while you're getting comfortable here. There's no reason to strain yourself and be stressed. So we want our hands down, fingertips down is fine. Blocks is also great. So put your hands on something, please. Bend the right knee slightly and look at your left toes. Make sure they all point down. Now let's really strengthen through the left leg. So it doesn't actually matter how high your left heel is. Just make that leg so long and strong. And then maybe you extend the right knee a little bit more, or maybe not. But keep a soft bend in the right knee, please. All right, for a little balance challenge, maybe you take one hand to your right knee. What's this? One hand to your right ankle. Maybe you take two hands to your right ankle. And wherever you are, I really want you to embrace the wobble. Okay, so notice that wobble that always happens when you're balancing. Just let it happen. Embrace it. Don't fight it. Let it be kind of part of the posture. And know that as your wobbling is happening, all your little stabilizer muscles are warming and learning more for the next time. So maybe one more big breath in here in your standing split. And with your exhale, bring your hands back to the floor. Allow the left toes to come all the way down behind you and drop the left knee. And let's rock the hips forward and back a few times. Okay, feel free to point the right toes at your nose and get into that right hamstring. And I'd like to get us into a pigeon here. So next time you rock forward into that little low lunge, just walk your right foot over to the left and drop the right knee, and we'll settle into a pigeon. Okay, so take some time up with me here, please. So you might have your hands or elbows down in front just while we settle in. Check out your hips. Please notice that they're level with the mat. In general, the left hip will try to come up, so we need to make it level with the right. Please also make sure that your left toes and your knee and your hip, everything on the left side is pointed down, so the hip is internally rotating on the left. And then let's make sure we adjust the right foot, pulling the foot in closer towards your right hips, or towards your hips, gives you less opening in your right outer hip. If it's too much and you need to back off. But if you want a little more, pull the right foot away from you, okay? You could even line it up with your right knee, but I wouldn't take it any further than that. And yes, it's okay if your hips are floating off the ground. They don't need to touch. So stay up with me a little bit, okay? I'd like to give the upper body some weight on the lower body. So put a gentle resistance against the floor with your legs. As a matter of fact, if you picked up your fingers for a second, you could hold yourself here with your legs. And then I want to play around with this a little bit and get a little bit bendy. So feel free to pause here if you feel like this is enough. But look over your left shoulder at your left foot and bend that left knee. See if you can point the left toes at the back of your head. And without externally rotating your left hip, could you reach your left hand back for the foot? Well, let's just take a moment here. Right fingers are still in front, stabilizing you. And if it's all right, if you grab that left foot, could you pull it in towards your glute a little bit? Just pull it in maybe a couple times, just see what happens, how it feels. Okay, and if it's okay to pull it in and everything's going well, how about tucking your left foot into your left elbow, okay? So just try that out, see how that works today. If that works, if you have a left foot in a left elbow situation, maybe take your right hand behind your head and see if you could clasp your fingers together. Okay, nice feeling in the chest. Continue to try to roll your left hip forward. And then if all is going well, move your hands away from you. Make a big space for your head. And here you are in a mermaid pose. It's a funky thing. Try another breath here. And then as you're ready, you can take your hands down in front. Try to keep your left toes pointed up because we're going to switch sides. Look over the right shoulder and see if left finger's down in front. Maybe you could reach the right hand for that foot. Hold and breathe here. Maybe pull that foot in a little closer. One more breath here, guys. And we're letting it go. So left hand down in front, right hand down in front. Tuck those back toes. And let's see if we can bring it up and back to a down dog. Come on up and back. Walk it out. All right, shake it all out. Let's take a little vinyasa in between, okay? Inhaling here, find your plank. Exhale, hop or step to your hands, big fold. Roll it up on your inhale. Sit into your chair, exhale. Inhale to stand. Maybe lift that heart a little more. Then exhale to fold. Roll halfway up for your inhale. Big fold, exhale. Palms are down, back to plank. You can hop or step. And exhale, lower yourself down slowly. Inhale for a cobra. Lift your heart up and forward. Pull, pull, pull. And exhale, down dog. Walk it out here, yogis. Notice how you're feeling. Okay, I like to say 5 or 6 breaths here because I feel like that gives time to notice the effects of your practice on your body, on your breath, on your mental state. And as you're ready, second side, here we go. Inhaling here, left leg swings up and out behind you. Exhaling here, send that foot forward and drop it between your hands. Inhaling here, right leg comes up to the ceiling. And let's pause in a standing split. So first, let's bend the left knee so we can get comfortable while we're settling in. Point the right toes down and strengthen the right leg. The right leg is extremely strong and long. And then maybe we extend the left knee, but keep a slight bend in it. Let your head hang here. Let it really embrace your heavy head. Okay. Try to keep a long neck as well. And maybe you want to challenge your balance by putting 1 or 2 hands on your left ankle. Okay, let the foot wobble. Let the leg wobble. Embrace the wobble. And just breathe. See if you can find a moment of stillness here. Letting the head hang, extending through that right heel, balancing on your left foot. Maybe with the help of fingertips, of course. One more big breath in here, yogis. And we're letting it go. So hands back to the floor. Allow the right toes to drop at the back of the mat and drop that right knee. And let's rock forward and backward a few times. Feel free to open up the left hamstring by pointing those toes at your nose, left toes at your nose when you pull back. Okay, and then settle back into your lunge and we'll transition to a pigeon posture. So walking that left foot to the right, drop the left knee, and here we are. Okay, use your hands to support you upright here because I'd like to make this an upright pigeon today. And you can always walk them further out if you need a little bit more space. So check out your hips, make sure they're level with the mat. That right hip, you might notice that it's trying to externally rotate to make your life easier. So make sure you're internally rotating it. Sometimes it's nice to tuck the right toes, and that way that you know that they're on the floor, and that helps you internally rotate. Adjust the left foot. You can move it closer to you for a more gentle opening in your left outer hip. You can move the foot away from you for a more robust opening in your left outer hip, but I wouldn't go past your knee. Okay, and then sit up nice and long in your spine. Okay, looking over your right shoulder now, keeping that right hip internally rotating, even though it's a bit of a challenge. See if you can point the right toes up and pause. Maybe that right hand can go back and reach the right foot. So just pull it in a few times, in and out. Notice how that quad is feeling about this quad stretch. And then see if it's okay to tuck the right foot into the right elbow. Okay, kind of a funky shape. Take a few breaths here. Make sure we're still internally rotating. And then maybe the left hand goes behind and looks for its friend. And go behind your head. Take a moment to settle into that. Big chest. And then maybe you move your hands away from you and make a big space around your head. Remember your long neck and your big breath. One more breath here in your mermaid posture. And then let it go. Hands around front. See if you could keep the right toe pointed up as we switch sides. This time look over your left shoulder. See if your left hand can grab that foot. Maybe pull it in a few times. Hold and breathe. Nice twist. And then we're letting it go. All hands down in front. Make your way back to down dog. I'll meet you there. Okay, let's take one last little vinyasa just to clear things out, okay? Inhaling here, heart moves forward for plank. Exhaling, hop or step forward and fold. Roll it up, inhale. Lift your heart. Sit down into your chair, exhale. Inhale to stand. Exhale to fold. Halfway up, inhale. Big fold, exhale. Palms are down, inhale to plank, hop or step. Exhale all the way down. Inhale, roll your heart up and forward for cobra. Exhale, down dog. Okay, last down dog of this practice. So let's notice how it feels just one more time, gathering information. Backs of the legs, shoulders, everything feels a little warmer and a little different. From here, drop all the way down to your knees. Okay, and we'll sit the hips to one side and come to a seat. Let's swing your legs around front here, taking a nice fold. Okay, after that little back bending pigeon, let's fold it. So if it's hard to sit up straight in your dandasana, your staff pose, then don't worry about it. Pick up your knees a little bit, put more bend in your knees, and it should be easier to sit up straight. So you've always got that option. And as a matter of fact, if it's easy for you to extend your knees and sit up straight, then still please keep a little tiny bend in them, as if you're trying to kick the floor down with your heels and pull your kneecaps in at the same time so that quads are strong, you feel them firm, and the hamstrings are strong. Sit up nice and tall, please. And maybe close your eyes here. Enjoy a moment of darkness, moment of darkness in your practice here. Your spine is as long as you can have it, please. And just think of starting to walk your fingertips forward. So there's really no hurry and there's no goal. There's no expectation at all. We're just moving the heart forward and seeing what happens, okay? When you feel your spine start to round, I want you to just pause right there and take several more breaths. Think of each spine as lengthening, each breath as lengthening your spine. And then moving the heart a little bit more forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, heart moves forward. Keep breathing here, lengthen. And move it forward. So remember, you have no goal. There's no goal. You're just traveling without expectation. So if you think about maybe bringing your elbows to the floor, maybe you bend your knees a little bit to allow that to be more easeful. Maybe you think about dropping your head, but please keep your long neck, okay? And no matter what your legs are doing, they're a little bit active, okay? They don't have to be super active, but they're at least a little bit active. Breathe extra space into your low back here, the backs of your legs, okay? That long neck. And as you're ready, see if you could roll yourself up out of this slowly. Point your tailbone at your toes, round your spine, and then just keep going. You can think of reaching for your feet, maybe. How slowly can you come down? Challenge yourself to take a long time. Okay, at some point your head will land. And bring your knees in toward your chest. And just drop them over to the right. The right hand might grab a knee here. And you can open your arms wide and look to the left. Think about lengthening your spine on all sides so that you get the most out of this twist. Take a few breaths, just allowing your spine and all of your organs and all of the tissues of your back to soak up this great massage. Big inhales, deep exhales. Big movement in the belly and the chest. Let's bring the legs back inward and drop them to the left. Okay. Drop those knees, look over to the right. Right shoulder blade is down. Allow your body to settle into this twist. Think of slightly arching your spine up off the floor as you press the shoulder blades down. One more breath here. And let's bring it back into center. Extend your knees here. Find your resting posture, okay? Maybe Shavasana today. Maybe some other resting posture that suits you. Close your eyes. Let the breath come effortlessly through your nose. Slacken your jaw. Allow your forehead to melt. Observe the gentle rise and fall of your belly. Observe the sensations of life moving and swirling around in your body. Observe your environment with intense awareness. Every sound, every sensation. Feel each second passing. Please take as much time as you can to rest right here. Thank you so much for joining me.